How you doing? Hello. Where am I? Oh, you chainmail. That's my task, yeah. That's what happened to orcs. Salut Bic. Eh ben, t'as bien avancé, c'est incroyable. Merci, merci. Ça va. Ça va, ça va. I'm just chilling with you while relaxing the walk. I have COVID. Yeah, I heard that. So how is it? I was about to ask you. Tired, I imagine. Mostly. Sore throat, alright. Aujourd'hui, j'ai frôlé le contrôle des maths surprise. Toute la classe a contesté, au final, on l'a fait demain. Ouf. Tu vas pouvoir réviser. Oh, I saw your dwarf, your space dwarf there. They look amazing. You did a pretty awesome job on those. I mean, you do a pretty awesome job in any of your minis, but those ones are really cool with the cigar and your their surfing stuff and everything. Yeah, they look pretty awesome. Sinon, j'ai vu la bande-annonce de ta chaîne, elle est trop bien. T'as vu? J'ai enfin une bande-annonce. Science fiction inspired by comics art. Wow, okay. still commission. So I guess you don't have time for personal stuff. If you could do like something for yourself, what you will do if you will have time to do that? I will use it for my Logan's run range. Everything I'm now doing is for my store. Oh, that's cool. Do you know that I don't remember if I told you about this tabletop game I'm working on with my partner. Is designing a game, a tabletop fantasy game where you can use your own mini. You don't have to buy us anything, and I'm in the visual, in charge of the visual, and he's in charge of the rulebook, and he's about to finish up to the latest version of it. And Diego from Nightmare Miniature is working with us because he's a partner in that adventure. And so all the orcs that we have are coming from Nightmare Miniatures. And yeah, and I know there is some of your stuff over there. And yeah, from time to time, like hesitating to, you know, because yeah, I really love those ogre, and yeah, they look pretty awesome. Bon, je dois y aller, je vais pas avoir 20 en maths sans raison. Oui, non, mais je te confirme. Allez, go, go, go. Are you doing it to illustrate it all just like Gary Schultz did for the... Yeah, I mean, I'm right now I'm the only one in charge for illustrating the game. I can show you the link if you're interested to see what the illustration look like. Because we are trying to have this old illustration vibe, and last year I spent June to June just to draw like 91 cards to have common weapon, magical object, and the technical object, and the inspiration was those, you know, Hero Quest cards. You know, we really want to tackle this, you know, old D&D kind of, you know, juice. Here we go. And the idea with our game is that you play with your mini. So every human race or historical race. So if you're playing, you know, historical war game, you can play with our fantasy. Yeah, I mean, HeroQuest card. That's what, because that's what I like. So yeah, even the back of the common arsenal was a nice homage to their cards, because I really like it. I just did kind of the same, but a little bit better from my taste. You won't see the card on the website yet because it's something that will come later, but yeah, you can see few stuff over there. But I did draw them here live stream, and all the replay are visible on my YouTube if you're interested. So Diego from Nightmare Miniature is doing our orcs, or my orcs. and Vitrix is doing our humans because they're doing pretty awesome historical. So they are allowed us to showcase their minis um, as soon as we put the brand in our videos or picture. So we have two pretty awesome mini maker to work with us, and bit by bit year after year all the race will be there, so you'll be able to play any race you want. Right now we just have Archean, which are Romans and Greeks looking guys. We have orcs and we have dwarves. That's the three main that we're doing now. Will my ogre and nightmare be used? Diego never told me. The ogre, I don't know, because there's no ogre yet. So we'll see with Diego what we can do. For now, we're just talking about the orcs. We have his metal orcs or something like that can be used. Salut Manu. So I guess if they are your ogre, we probably ask you. I don't know how do you work with Diego about your mini. Is it something that he commissioned to you and he can do whatever he wants with it, or you still have a word of how it is used? Because I know Diego is doing a lot of conversion of his own orcs as well, because I have them all, and there is a lot of them that really have the same bottom or the same top with with few changing, like Game Thrasher were doing back in the day. They are his property. Okay. I know that I have the Christmas troll, the one that you sculpt with his bag on his back and his Christmas hat. I have this one, but never used it yet. Just painted it. Had pretty good fun with it. But I guess Ogre will be in Orc's army, because even goblins are not there yet. We're working on that game since 1919, and we're even not ready yet to really showcase it full speed. We're still working on the rulebook and tweaking it and everything, doing some games to test it. I know I talked about it a lot last year because I was working on those drawings, and everybody was getting impatient to try it. But the version that is online right now is not that good, because there is few stuff that doesn't really work. So we are making our players to try it, and when we have feedbacks, and we try to take as much feedback as we can, try it again, and find new way of doing what we want. But what we're trying to do is having a game where you can do pretty much what you want with your army. There is no restriction, and we are building a lore in such way that there is a lot of time bridge. And if for some reason you want to have your orcs with Napoleon outfit with powder gun riding a dinosaur just because that's your trip, and you want to play that army, just tell us about it, and we figure out a way of opening a portal or something with dinosaur coming in and with some characteristic there, so you can play officially those guys on our table. And that's the idea behind the game. There is that the rule book, and common weapon are available for everybody, so you can have orcs with black powder if you want, black powder guns, because it's available, cannons and stuff. And all you need to do is choose your you need to choose if you want to play magic or technical. There is some stuff they are not available if you play magic, but usually one will have like fireball, and the other one will have a flamethrower. You will do the same stuff, so it's just about what you like to play. I always imagine ogre as mostly for human faction. They are just large men and hungry human. I mean, I was putting them with orcs because I just used for Games Workshop to do that, but actually you're right. My last D&D game had an ogre monster I compare. He was a French chef based on Gerard Depardieu. Yeah, I mean, you can't do better than that. I mean, just put his face and he's ogre anyway. This guy is a beast. So yeah, well played. He's almost I mean, I love the guy as an actor, but the guy itself is a little bit disgusting. Yeah. So yeah, just put his face with big nose and his attitude, and yeah, you have a very good ogre. Pretty great actor though. Alright, so the dude I'm drawing, oh yeah, because this year I decided that I'm gonna trying to departure from really realistic human face with nice proportion and everything, to go toward more like cartoon caricature kind of people, like yeah, you see what I mean. So I'm trying to do more than that. That's why this dude is more like a animated movie kind of face than a normal. And he's from a show in France that we have. Kaamelott is the name of the show, and this dude is playing Perceval. Perceval is one of the knights from Arthur, and on that scene, which is a very funny scene, the king asks every knight around the table to put their helmet on, and Perceval is not really happy about it, and the king asks why, and because he say, I'm look stupid with my helmet on, and the king said, nonsense, put your helmet on. And that's what he does. And yeah, everybody can see that he actually looks stupid with it. So the helmet I did drew is a little bit bigger than the original one, but still the original was very big. Look like political cartoon style, somehow surreal. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to do the grotesque caricature, with oversized deformation. I'm more trying to do like those animated movie kind of style. So it's still looking realistic, but with some shape of exaggerated. I feel like it's more yeah, I mean, I have more fun doing that, and it gives me some nice nice training to do those guys, you know, just made up guys that I'm gonna do, because I may start to work on a comic book just for myself and the writer that is writing the story right now. And we still, you know, we were still wondering what kind of style visually we want, and I think that's the kind of style we want. You know, cartoonish but still serious. You know. Yeah, exactly. And creatively, it's way more interesting. My most famous portrait on the internet is the portrait I made of Jack Sparrow with ballpoint pen. And everybody is like, wow, wow, wow. And I don't really feel like this way, because for me, I was just a printer, you know. The only thing, you know, a little bit original is that I managed to do a printer job with my ballpoint pen, but artistically, there's nothing there. But if I had drew that with nice caricature and still looking like Johnny Depp, but with some, you know, tweak in it, at least I will have feel that, you know, this drawing belonged to me and not, you know, to the movie maker that made that picture in the first place. If only I can sculpt chainmail the same way I can draw them, that would be nice. I still didn't find a way of doing that properly in sculpture. It still looked crap when I tried. Especially in like 28 millimeters, even 32 is, which is slightly bigger, but I mean, doing those, you know, pushing, I mean, I can do a line of ring, you know, by pushing the green stuff like that, and then I'm trying to do another line by pushing it the other way, and it looks crap when I do it. They don't look like they are, you know, in each other. They just wave like that and doesn't look good. So do you miss California temperature? because I think US have been touched with very cold weather recently, like freezing. Was born on the East Coast, so having snow in winter make me happy again. Oh yeah, so you have some good time memory that coming back to your life. That's good. So that was actually the opposite. So you were missing the weather when you were in California. But if I'm not mistaken, if I remember, your wife was from that part of the US, so she's probably never saw snow before, isn't it? I miss San Francisco. Yes, wonderful town. I mean, it sound pretty awesome. I'm following Adam Savage as well on Tested, and he's from over there. And yeah, sometimes he take us to ride town, and it looks wonderful. Expensive, but wonderful. Probably why it's wonderful, actually. Oh yeah? Oh yeah, because it's not just winter. I mean, it's like autumn and spring and... Hey, Chapeau! How you doing? Another ballpoint pen artist there. He may not be an orc, but he can handle ballpoint pen. So welcome you anyway. In the orc, brotherhood. What's your favorite race, Drew? If you pick up a race for playing a game, what will be the race? It's very hard to guess. Tempted to say dwarf because they look so good, so you have to like those guys to draw, elf. You will play elf, Bravo? Honey, did you know? Oh, that's pretty funny. Did you know that snow is cold? Elf. Oh yeah, it'll be like Elrond, an elf. Some half-baked elf concoction. You be like more like an high elf or wood elf. Oh, those black elves. I'll be dragon warrior style elf. Alright, without a soul or reflection in mirror. Okay. That sound good. That sound good. Well, there's no surprise what I will be, but yeah, I can picture myself, you know, that big dude in World of Warcraft. Yeah. They want the wood growing out of me like an infection going out of control. Wow. It remind me the dude in the Netflix Witcher show. There was a dude in season 2 that was having an affection with wood as well. That can do something, yeah. And the funny part for Master Warrior, the Maître Guerrier, the game we are creating is that normally this year we're gonna start filming some stuff to show some situation, and of course I'm gonna play the orc, and one of my friends gonna play the Arcane, the Roman dude. And yeah, we're gonna have some battle there. That's gonna be fun. But that's the plan anyway. So I don't know if we're gonna have the time to do it, but it's planned. Yeah, I already have some scene in my head that I want to play. Because in the game, everything is based, you know, you have a number of your base for everything, you know, everything that you put on the table, trees, walls, and everything have a base rate, like 1, 2, or 3, 4, and 4 would be giant, like castle and forest, and 1 will be like a, you know, a big stone. And so warriors have the same rates, and so you can't have like a big troll that is 2 base 2 behind the, you know, hiding behind the level 1 stone. We still see his big ass getting out of the rock, and we can still, you know, fire some arrows on his butt. And yeah, I'd like to play that scene. that would be funny to play. So no more dragon hiding behind unit on foot, you know. Postpone their emergency. What all that? Oh, what is all those letters? I don't. FFS. World of. No. As postpone their emergency. OH. I mean, you're talking Chinese for me right now. Yeah, I mean, dragon are, you know, they're gonna be powerful, but I mean, you can't hide behind, you know, man on the foot. But problem with dragon is that in our game, you know, a cannon won't be, you know, won't be a weapon that you're not sure you're gonna hit your target with, because you're gonna hit your target with. Wizard of the Coast is about to kill Dungeon and Dragon. Okay. Oh yeah? What you mean by that? They are doing a beta game? More room in... Oh yeah. I mean, that's the thing, you know? And we have a race with dragons. Riders. It's the Arcane and the Draken. The dragon are like an advanced kind of human race with more advanced armor, and they can control dragons. So they don't have huge army because, you know, a dragon costs a lot, but you know, if you saw the last season of Game of Thrones, we can see what a dragon can do by his own. But if you know there is a dragon there, you can plan of having, you know, heavy weapon in front of it. I'm going to bed. Send love and Perceval. All right. Have a good rest, Chaput. Yeah, about how, you know, our big military weapon, they're gonna be handled by, you know, trained guys, so there won't be any like worrying dice to know if the cannon is gonna hit something. It is gonna hit something. So the strategy will be to quickly removing the cannon from the guy in front, because you're gonna have some dead in your units if you don't do anything. We're trying to put back, you know, what's supposed to happen on the battlefield, because the dude that is writing the rules knows a little bit, you know, about weapons and everything, so he's trying to make a game that turn out like what's supposed to happen. We'll see if it works. I can't say. I'm just the dude that draw. That's okay. That's the thing about my chat, is that it's as much English than French. There is no better than the other. I'm just speaking English when there is English people, and speaking French when we are French people. Right now we are more into English anyway, I think, because the only French is gone to study. All right, we have a sleeve full of chainmail. That's the funny bit about when I started 2 years ago, because it's already 2 years ago then I was watching your stream, wondering if I'm not gonna stream myself. And I was wondering if I'm gonna do English or French. But when I started, all the viewers that came were English. So naturally I started to have English streams, and you know, bit by bit, because, you know, I didn't reach 600 after 2 years, so you can see that my streams are quiet. But bit by bit I started to build up a French community as well, so I speak both language during my streams. Okay, so I'm gonna try to pick up where is the reference picture. Where is the reference picture? Reference picture is asked on deck. Yeah, I remember those times. That's where I started to sculpt, actually, seriously. But I didn't sculpt much since then. I think the last sculpt I did, and I didn't finish it, was a dwarf with 2 axes. So I did sculpt three nice orcs during October. One that was more in the style of games workshop back in the day. Another one, he was a cook with this big, you know, pan, And the last one was like a um, what is the name? A gladiator captured by humans for their own entertainment. And this dude win his freedom by winning all these battles. I don't know that show, so I've not seen the actor. Yeah, I'm gonna try to pick up the... I don't know where I put it actually. But the actor is that dude. And the armor I have, bum bum bum, is somewhere. That's the sketch. Yeah, I can't find it. Why I can't find it? Oh, maybe it's just beneath it. I guess, yeah, it's beneath it. Stupid orc. There it is. That's the scene. So, ding ding ding. So you can see that the hat is quite big anyway, and that's why, you know, he's not happy because he looks stupid with it. All right, so we have chainmail again. Ding ding ding. That is ridiculous. I mean, that's kind of the humor of the show. You know, it's a comedy. And this dude Perceval is pretty dumb, and it's really funny on that show. Like when he's going somewhere in a forest, for example, he doesn't like to follow a map because, you know, north, south, east, you know, it's always changing when he's, you know, moving around. According to him. So it's more like, you know, talking about, you know, the stream and the trees and... Yeah, it's so famous in France that some of his saying now became like part of the culture in France, you know. Like for example, one of his friends, which is Kaamelott, teach him a trick for not looking stupid when he don't understand what somebody say to him, and the trick is that you say to this person, "That's not wrong," you know. And so every time in the show when Perceval say, "Oh, that's not wrong," we know that he doesn't get it, and it became, you know, it became a saying in France as well. A little bit too much actually, because now that I'm posting the evolution of the drawing on Facebook, everybody is like, "Oh, that's not wrong." I'm gonna try to be more consistent with these ones. Hey Barlow! Bonsoir, bonsoir. At work, of course. Of course you're at work. You're working all the time. Alors, trying to make sure those one of the fixture that will make that portrait a good looking one will be all those armor metal texture and chainmail, but it's a pain in the ass to draw, especially when you want it to look like natural, which is the tricky with those loose rings there. So that's here. Can't actually see what you're doing. Yeah, I know right now it's just pencil work, but it's not a bad thing that you can't see what I'm doing. Right now I'm still trying to figure out where those rings are going. So I prefer you have an overview right now. So you can't see what I'm messing up. I'm trying to do like draw here. I'm like doing my setup where you want to see it closely and it's too far away, you can't see anything. That's something how I feel when I go to see your, because when I started to watch your stream 2 years ago, yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying, because it was a little bit better 2 years ago. We can see actually what you were doing, and right now we can see close up of those on the table, but what you're doing we don't really see. It's really hard to find nice balance and be comfortable and people see what you're doing. It's quite tricky. Okay, I'm gonna try to ink that. Hey, Captain, make a pair. What's that? How you doing? Doing good. I'm doing good. I have pretty nice people this evening with me, so feeling pretty good. Ah. That's a good thing that I have a white postcard with me because starting already to mess up. Oops, that's the opposite. Yeah, people are wondering how I draw with ballpoint pen, because if you do a mistake, you're gone, and that's not entirely true. You have that little friend here is help you on the way. You could incorporate any mistake into the drawing, a broken part of chainmail, for example. I mean, yeah, especially when you know who this chainmail is belonging to. I'm not too worried about, having it look like a mess. I'm just trying to make it look like they're kind of, being attached together. That's already something. Which one? I'm sure there is like a pattern to do, but for some reason my brain doesn't want to do it. Oh, this should be there. That should be there as well. Ding, ding, ding. Back to work. À plus tard, Barlow. Alright, I'm gonna show a little bit more what I'm doing, and you can see, yeah, few rings are already out of place. There, this one looks like it's supposed to be there. But it's nice to see, you know, to have another view from that camera, because there's stuff I don't see when I'm looking at the drawing that I see when I'm looking at screen. I don't know if it's the same for you, Drew, when you sculpt. But sometimes I see stuff on screen that I don't really see in the real stuff. Help me to see all the defaults that there is. Well, this goes there. Oh, I quite like that pattern there. Both. I was talking more about the miniature. Alright, so I kind of like the pattern I just did, so I'm gonna try to repeat that. Alors, qu'est-ce que j'ai fait là? Tac. like to improve my stream appearance and clarity, but I promise myself that my one focus will be my sculpting. Yeah, I mean, you need to find a fine balance where you can, make us see what you're doing better, but in the same time, it doesn't have to unaccommodate you. Is it an English word? Unaccommodate you? I don't know. But yeah, as long as you can work as usual. Yeah, that's a tricky things to do. Making sure that doesn't affect your work. I was surprised to see that, but it's easier for me because it's on the table. But yeah, I'm amazed to see that the streaming improved my work, because when I was working on my own in my desks, I know I was working less time that I'm doing when I'm on Twitch, because there is some stuff that my hand is used to do and I don't really need me asking it to do it, and so I sometimes ended up doing stuff while I'm talking without really realizing that it's been an hour that I'm working on that thing, and being 1 hour of work done without really realizing it, where I think you need more focus than that. Or maybe not. Do you have stuff sculpting wise that don't really require you thinking too much about it, or you really need to focus all the way through? My wife says that is a technique called body doubling. It happened for me too. All right. Yeah, I call that automatic pilot, because it's really what I feel like. It's almost like, there is the mind and there is the body, and they are not walking in the same path, in the same pace. I need to see what I'm doing, because it looks like it's not working here. There, maybe, yeah. Why there is no music anymore? Where is it? Probably asking me to if I want to keep going. No ad, thank you. There we go. It's very good for emotionally and mentally disturbed people doing tasks. Yeah, that's probably why it's good for me. What do you have? You have something against people with tusks? Yeah, it's because I'm not green that, cause you a problem? Come on. Give me food after midnight. I can get green. All right, they're starting to look like they are. What's the verb I'm looking for? Twinkle between themselves? I don't know. What is that ball? What is that? Okay, all right. So, down. Let's clean that mess. Now, let's put back that armor there. try to not cover the face, Alan. Try to not cover the face. People want to see your drawing. you don't see much happening on screen right now because I need to go light to dark if I want to keep control of the tone of my shades. So when I'm doing light, we don't see much stuff happening on screen because of the light of my actual light. So as long as it's not, stronger, we don't see much stuff happening. But stuff happening, I can guarantee you that. I wish Wizard of the Coast, would just concentrate on making great product. Instead, they want to attack their fans and customers. I guess that's easier. I mean, it's the same for a lot of, look at Games Workshop. I mean, we're just taking that to advantage, I guess, and people will welcome our game because all we do is please ourselves first and making stuff that I mean, I just take the extra miles of doing great, what I think looks great illustration for the cards just because I want them to look cool. Because in the beginning, Sebastian, the game maker, just wanted to have, for example, a sword on the card, and I'm like, why we don't do like HeroQuest card with like drawing a sword but with an environment, and that's what I did, and that's why I spent a long year drawing those. I'm gonna show you my Facebook, all the cards over there, so you can see what I'm talking about. Let me see the album photo. Album. Bam bam bam. Maître Guerrier somewhere. Ding ding ding. Yeah. Here you'll see all the weapons and everything I made for the game, and you can see that I just wanted to please myself. I want a product that I want to have, for us first. But unfortunately now in the business, everything is driven by the money. As soon as the money is involved and you have people investing to the product and want results, you can't do what you want anymore. And that's something that we don't want. We want to stay, we want to stay, we want to stay small to be able to do whatever we want. Because like I said, we're doing this game for ourselves and for players that are fed up with those big companies that, want to sell their product. We don't want to sell anything. We will sell stuff eventually, but you're not obligated to buy something to play the war game. We're gonna sell, goodies. We're gonna sell other games because the plan as well is to have more than just one game. Completely different game, but in the same lore, in the same universe, just playing different period of time, So we have the big war period of time where is the war game we're gonna play there. But we're starting to work on a smaller card game that is more in the spirit of Talisman. I don't know if you know that game. It's a very old game. So the first part of the game, you will have your card and you build up the board actually with your cards, like a little bit like Magic, you know. You're doing the terrain, trying to make the terrain at your advantage, and then you're starting to, with your mini, starting to navigate on that terrain. The existence of large businesses create more demand for smaller business product too. Tough. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's all about, you know, what you're looking for. If you're looking for to be rich, that's gonna be tricky. If you're looking for just to please yourself and trying to please other gamers, you know, you're gonna do your part bit by bit, and I don't really see why this adventure won't bring us somewhere, because, you know, according to the game master, it's gonna be a good game, and the fact that you can do whatever you want with it, and it's much easier to navigate, gonna, you know, and especially where big company like Games Workshop, you know, fucked up all their players, it's gonna go in our advantage. The only thing is that, you know, Sebastian have to make some time to work on that game, because right now he's pretty busy with other stuff, and it's taking longer than I wanted. Like you said, you know, everything have to be coming from pleasure. You know, you need to have fun, and as soon as you do, you know, it's visible on the product. It's exactly what you said an half hour ago. And so that's what we do, and that's what I do with the visual. So much so that, you know, at the beginning, back in 2029, when I started to work on Master Warriors, and to 2020, Sebastian saw that, you know, the visual starting to define the look of the game, so much so that we decided to be partners, and I have now a certain percentage of the business, where at the beginning I was just the illustrator of the game. So yeah, I mean, this visual is starting to become the soul of the game somehow. And so when we're gonna grow, we're gonna have to find other illustration that have the same kind of touch, visual wise. Because what I'm trying to do is something quite realistic, and in the same time, you know, fantasy, but anchor in the real world. You know what I mean? It's quite tricky, because we have all those human race that wear, you know, historically accurate gears. You know, for the Archean, those guys are Romans and Greeks. So when I equip them, I have to go in the history book to be sure that they look good. You mean additional illustrator? Yeah, I mean, when this thing is gonna grow, you know, people will want to have more. So I guess, you know, one day we're gonna have to build up a team, and have more than just one illustrator, because I won't be able to draw everything. When we're going to start to do codecs and those kind of things, I can't draw all the codecs in one go. So I guess somebody that is at ease, for example, with dwarfs and that similar detailed illustration skill can take care of the dwarf, for example, and I can take care of the orcs, and everybody have his own department. That's the plan, but we are not there yet. For now, we're just starting to be ready to release a nice beta version of the game for players to try it. And so 2023 will be about going on, around clubs and stuff like that, showing the game and starting to explain all the advantage of playing that game. Because there is no much disadvantage, actually. The only thing is just if you don't like the system, that can be a problem. If you like to throw buckets of dices, maybe our game is not your game. Go back to Games Workshop. But if you like to have more realistic stuff with easy way of figure out how many people you killed or injured with just one roll of 10 faces dice, yeah, maybe you will like the game. Personally, I was always fascinated by Tom Anklin and John Blanchett. Yeah, John Blanche's art is pretty awesome, and the many different style artists they commission for their rules. Yeah, I mean, I think, well, it's just my thinking, but I think if the game have already a certain style, and people associate the game with that style, I don't really want to go too drastic about the different style. As long as it goes with the flow, should be okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess I saw plenty of illustrators that do great realistic detailed illustration, but I understand that it could translate as boring, maybe, because there is no artistic value in there. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it will have to be a discussion between Sebastian and I know right at the beginning I was afraid that I won't have enough to draw, so I wanted to draw everything. Now I realize I have way enough stuff to draw, so I guess people will be able to come on board with no problem, as long as they are not too hungry, not angry. We have an orc already angry, we don't need more. No, hungry, with money, we should good to go. Yeah, I see what you mean. It's one of the value of the magic game, the magic cards, for example. There is a lot of different illustration. I mean, even my mind changed, year after year, so we never know. There is specific things I wanted you know, for the game back in 2020 that now I'm like, yeah, whatever. Do what you want. That's your game after all. And the funny bit is that I'm not very big expert on, you know, fantasy stuff, because I'm very bad at with names, and I'm very bad at knowing which guy did what. There's a lot of illustrator from Games Workshop that I really like. I don't even remember the names. This WG guy, what, Wilson, Gibson? No, Gibson. What's the name? Really love that style. Gibson, I think is the name. That was the kind of thing I was aiming, but with, you know, with my touch on it, of course. I wanted to have that style with modern, a more modern, stylized. And ballpoint pen is very good for that, because you still have this, you know, hatching that's still there. Can't remember. Let me try to find it. Gibson. Gibson, maybe. Non, c'est pas ça. Workshop. I don't know if I'm gonna find it, but I'm very bad at finding stuff. Alors, okay, they're all there. So I guess we have John Blanche, of course, Adrian Smith, Geoff Taylor, Ann Miller, Paul Bonner, Kev Walker. I don't find the one I want, of course. There. Mark Gibson's. That's it. Mark Gibson. Oh, don't worry. You don't slow me down. All the time I spend during the evening is just extra time. If I want to accelerate the process, I'm working during the day as well. I'm starting to build up a reputation of drawing fast. Mark Gibson, I really like what he's doing. I don't see a lot of colors, but his black and white illustrations are just awesome. And those illustrations in you know, when I was a kid in the White Dwarf just made me want to draw better. The one name I don't remember. Of course, always the case. Alright, let's put a little bit of blue there. So for those who don't know, maybe, yeah. We have more than 4 colors for ballpoint pen. Actually, we have around like 12 different colors: blue and light blue, green and light green. You have red and pink, orange, yellow, purple. And some brand have extra color like yellow ochre or kind of a golden yellow. And with those, you know, I manage to do whatever color I need. Even metallic kind of effect. Why not 4 color compressed? It works pretty well with the printer, but I can't do that, especially if I have more than 4 colors. And even the printer have a yellow, and but yeah, I'm managing even with just those kind. That's I'm gonna show you my most professional ballpoint pen that I have. I did great stuff with this one because it's very expensive. There it comes. And you have, you know, a lot of nice color in there, and the board is pretty thin, so you can do a pretty nice smooth, you know, drawing with us. But yeah, so it's a pretty good one to have. And you have the unicorn, so that's a plus. And you look pretty, you know, professional with that kind of stuff. So to draw metal, I need black, I need light blue, I need brown as well, a little bit of light green, a little bit of yellow. I mean, it's all depend of the reflection. What, you know, what is it around the room? But yeah, I goes around those colors. And bit by bit, layer after layer, starting to look like metal. Okay, I have a pretty new color that I really like, and I put that color everywhere. I bought it with that big pack. Big is doing that really, it's like 15 different color. The only issue is that the bowl is much bigger than the medium normal size. Those balls are 1.6 millimeters, where usually it's 0.7, something like that. I don't know. So I can't really use that straight at the beginning, but as soon as, you know, things starting to get shape, I can use that. And in that pack, and only in that pack, they come with that color. So it's not like gold color, it's still yellow, but there is everything you need there to do a gold color. You have some green, you have some yellow, and so you ended up with this kind of, you know, thick looking kind of yellow, greenish yellow color. And actually I found that color almost everywhere now. On wood, on leather, on skin, on the metal. I use it a lot to warm up my colors. So you won't see much stuff happening on screen because my camera don't really like the yellows. But yeah, again, believe me, it makes all the difference. I'm gonna put some there. All right, I need to darken that part. Hey Wittavix, bonsoir. You are in your gold period. Yeah, that's it. That's my gold period. It's very hard to define what is your gold period. I guess that's what it's going now, because, you know, my workshop is, you know, not too bad right now. People are coming, doing drawings and sculpting, and commissions are there, and I mean, I can't pay the bill. It feels like, you know, and maybe you know, next year could be even better. We don't know. That's really hard, you know. Usually you know that in the end of your life. Not, you know, in the beginning or we never know what's gonna come up. I'm always amazed by the fact that, you know, I always, you know, every time I'm working on big commissions where there is, you know, kind of good money there, you're like, what's gonna happen when this is gonna be over? You know, because that's what, you know, give me the most of the money, and then something else is coming up, and it keeps going. You're like, wow, okay, good. Did you find that moving away from San Francisco did change something to your business, or it didn't change anything because coming from the internet? That's what I will figure out, as your commissioner are coming from the internet. Doesn't change anything to be somewhere else. Oh yeah? Because I thought because you need less money to rent your place, You will be more comfortable with what you have. Because that was the goal, I think. Isn't it? If I remember it, that's the price that was the issue. And then I needed to buy a car and get ready to buy a house. Oh yes, and medical insurance, commercial. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got it. Don't tell me in the end that you were better, staying in California. I guess it's best not to think too much about it. Okay. The wife is always right. That's the rule. It's either she's right or you're wrong. That's one or the other. Starting to see some stuff starting to happen as I can go. I can push a little bit more into the color now that I have a nice foundation. So yeah, stuff starting to happen right now. You can see some shine starting to get through. Okay, what is that? darken a little bit those rings. I don't know if you saw that, but I did ink a very nice Mike Plug illustration uh, just after the new year. I don't know, probably know Mike Plug, from drawing those Marvel uh, characters, but it did work as well into the first animate cartoon of The Lord of the Ring back in 1977. I did not notice. Where did you share? On Facebook, on Instagram. I'm gonna show you the Instagram, because what I like about it is that I didn't touch at all Mike Plug design. I just ink it. There we go. I'm gonna show you that. You probably know the drawing I'm talking about. And the best part is that I know Mike Plug is on Facebook, so I did send him a message asking him what he think about my take on the colors and the ink, and he just replied, "Love it." Oh yeah, I can guess that. Yeah, I really enjoy inking that drawing, and that drawing made me want to do more cartoonish, more comic book like characters rather than looking real, because it's that, yeah, that's where the feeling started. I'm like, that's way more fun to actually drawing like strong face with exaggerating the fixture that will make that guy what it is. And oh right, I did see that. I overlooked that you did it just for Plug and kept scrolling. Yeah, I mean that Plug for sure. It's just not his way of coloring it. Because I saw some version of a colored version one when they ink it back in the day, but it was all flat and everything that I liked on his pencil sketch were lost completely. Yeah, I mean I can guess that in the US is a big name. But yeah, I knew that drawing from some I think it was a puzzle I have, Lord of the Ring puzzle. But the color was short. That was short, the coloring, and I always find frustrating to see the pencil work of Plug and what they do with the coloring. The inking is just not especially for me that like texture and color and randoming. I'm like, it's too bad. I remember that Plug art colored poster on my bedroom wall when the movie came out. I mean, I guess back in the day that was nice, but today it's so much stuff that is done with digital and everything that it just seems, yeah. I mean, I was like, I want to have my own version of it. So what I like about it is like it's exactly the same drawing, but feels like more real, you know. And all the ideas that were on the pencil drawing, uh, I was able to do it. Like for example, a very soft effect on the pencil sketch. You have Gandalf beard that kind of is transforming into a fog, you know, like a smoking effect, which is completely lost in the inking because you know they were not able to do that with the ink. And so it was fun to go back to that, you know, to that sketch and do that effect like he was, you know, planning to do in the first place. And the fact that he enjoyed what I did was really pleasing. Thomas Foz sent me a plug concept for Wizard yesterday. Blue ballpoint pen on the hotel letterhead paper. Oh yeah, wow, pretty cool. It's funny because still today Plug is looking for some of his drawing that has been lost or sold or whatever. He's even willing to buy his own drawings, which is amazing when you think about it. What about your sculpt? Is, you know, the green that you send to the guys that do the casting? Is it yours, or are they sending back to you the greens, or even, you know, if they are broken because of the mold process? I was wondering if the original sculpt, you know, still belonging to you. Yeah, I think so, yeah. Yeah, alright. I was wondering. It's probably very stressful to work on pieces and send them away. Because if it's lost, you have to do it again. Don't tell me it happened already. Attends, there is something I just realized. There is that armor is stopping there. Okay. I've lost maybe 5 package in over 20 years. I mean, it's not that much, but still, you know, 5 packages being lost, and I guess he had to do it again. I mean, I did work for myself since 2007, that I'm being drawing portraits for people. That was my main job before starting to do illustration. I was doing and my workshop as well. My full-time job was to draw portraits for people, and And since I started, I never lost one fucking portrait. And I can't imagine if it's the case and I have to redraw it again. The worst lost was a full set of dwarfs for Dwarven Forge. Ah, come on. That feeling where you know that package will never find his home must be killing. How you know it's lost like genre lost he will never arrive. How do you know that? Okay. So it was their fault? Is it changing something, the fact that it's their fault? Oh yeah? But do you do it like for real, or is it more like a joke? Okay. Thank goodness. I mean, if I get it right, it was more their loss than yours, actually, if you were off the hook. So what they do? Did they commission it again, or what happened to that commission? Yeah, I mean, did you took some pictures? At least you can, you still have them, referencing yourself. Referencing. Wow, that's very hard to say with Tusk in your mouth. Referencing? Well, whatever. I should post the image on Instagram. It's been long enough. Yeah. Just to make them, There is something I would like to try. If I not try, because I know it will work, but I really will. I'd like to do it once actually, and is to take but actually I did it already for one of our cards. I took one of Diego orcs from Nightmare Miniatures, and I made a drawing from it exactly the way it is, and I put it on our cards because as now, Diego's orcs are supposed to be, those long mouth kind of orcs he's doing was not, my design. So we decide, because of the way we are working, that everybody can put their own minis. We'll have more than just one race of orcs, and we have those long jaw orcs that will be represented by Diego's orcs. And Cave Adams, I don't know if he's the original sculptor of those orcs. Maybe, because I know Diego is doing a lot of conversion of his own sculpt, and I don't know which sculpt it is, but maybe the reference was Cave Adams, maybe. But yeah, I did draw one of his orcs. So I took a picture of the orcs, and I did draw exactly the way it is. I'm gonna show you, and I really enjoyed that process. And I sometimes I wish that a sculptor that wants to have a visual reference of his drawing, of his sculpt, could commission drawing of his sculpt, if you see what I mean. So in case you need one, you can we can do something about it. Attends, where is the Maître Guerrier? Where is that file that I sent you? Dang. Colorization, Patreon. Hello. Oh yeah, here. I'm not even sure it's gonna be there, but dang. Tick. Yeah, there is some of those drawings I really like. Pam. One of those orcs is one of my oh, there it is. There. That drawing is an exact replica of one of those figurines. And actually, is it me or somebody else that posted? It's me. I posted the original in the comment. In the comment, you can see the original mini. Pretty old school. I mean, that's the flavor we want for our game. Old school minis and illustration. We want to have that because I mean, the dude that is creating the game is in his 50s, so that's the kind of game he likes. That's the kind of illustration he likes. And he missed all those games that are not edited anymore, so that's why he wants kind of re-editing it with his flavor, so it's kind of our game now, but we can find back those feelings. Adapting it for our lore. And I think that's why Diego was so keen on being partner with us, because it I guess that's what he said. He was looking for to create a game so his mini could be in that game, and he never did. But I think he sees on our game, the game that he wants his mini to involve. Now the only thing we have to do is finding a way of him taking advantage of our game and us taking advantage of his mini. Because if if a little bit like Citadel and Games Workshop, if we can have an official mini maker that can work with us, we can create heroes and stuff like that proper to Master Warrior. Because that's the only thing we plan to produce, the champions, the heroes, those important guys, the basic warrior. Go buy it somewhere. We are not gonna create a story around basic warriors. You can there is a lot of places for buying minis now, so we are not interested to create our own brand. No, we are interested about the game itself. It's gonna be like a playground with a big toolbox where you can build exactly what you need. Imagine, that's what Sebastian told me. Once he had a friend with a lot of dwarves that was riding bears, and because it was a special army that came out pretty awesome and pretty awesome to put on the table. And then Games Workshop decided after a few months that it was too good, and so they did something that this army was not value anymore. And so his friend just don't use that army, and it's on the shelves, looks pretty good, and was not using it anymore. And in Master Warriors, what you can do is just look at downgrade it. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. And so there was no point anymore to use that army, but they look pretty awesome. And what we want to do with Master Warriors is you taking off your army on the shelves and say, okay, now those dwarves gonna ride bears, so there is the bears there, so you can write down how much it's worth to have a bear. And they have this and they have that. I mean, you have all the weapons you can choose. Attends, as-tu bien avancé? C'est hyper bien fait. De quoi? Downgraded? Vous parliez de qui? De quoi? De Games Workshop qui aimait bien faire des grosses armées bien puissantes, et une fois que les gens avaient acheté les figurines, etc. Venez. Une fois qu'ils avaient acheté les figurines et tout, du coup ils trouvaient que c'était trop, et après ils faisaient en sorte que l'armée vale plus rien. Donc tous les gens qui avaient acheté ça, ils étaient comme des cons, donc ils l'utilisaient pas. Donc je t'ai expliqué que dans le jeu qu'on est en train de créer, tu peux vraiment faire du sur-mesure, quoi, et créer vraiment l'armée que tu veux. You can really, doing the army of your dream. merci, merci. Petit à petit, on arrive à ce que j'ai besoin. There is one thing that I found very stupid with Games Workshop rules is that Empire have cannons and Britannia can't have cannon. Why? I mean, if cannons are available on the market, why Britannia can have cannons? I mean, this is weird, isn't it? Why they are like dumber and they can't learn how to fire a cannon? What's the big deal? So that's something we want to avoid, you know. If a cannon is available, it's available for everybody. Alors, comment j'ai grave le seum, j'ai pas envie de dormir, mais je me lève à 7h demain. Ça va piquer le réveil. Moi, je me lève à 6h45, mademoiselle. Je ne regarde que ta façon de dessiner car je ne comprends rien à l'anglais. T'inquiète, t'inquiète, on discute figurines. Satyr Studio, c'est un gars qui... c'est un américain qui sculpte des figurines. Donc, je suis assez content de l'avoir parce que... C'est moi qui suivais ses streams il y a 2 ans et qui m'a donné envie de sculpter des figurines. Play 3 3rd edition Britannia can have cannon. Okay. I did not know that. But that's good. That's good. That's what we want. We want everybody to be able to use technology that is there. So if you decide, for example, that your orcs is going to play technology, which is not their natural taste, they're in our game they're more like playing magic. But you know, if you have, you know, if you want to have fun and play technology with the orcs, you'll be able to have, you know, orcs cannon as well. Wow, it's lost as well? You want me to ask you every time I see you if you find it? That's the karma. Est-ce que je suis seul à faire du stylobi? Non. Il y avait tout au début du stream, il y avait Barlow qui était là, qui fait du stylobi aussi. Après du stylobi avec ce niveau-là, je dis pas. J'en ai pas encore vu avec ce niveau. Mais avec un autre style bien différent, il y en a d'autres. Il y en a d'autres. Mais j'ai pas trouvé... J'aimerais bien trouver quelqu'un qui fait le même genre de truc que moi au stylo. Ça me permettrait d'échanger un petit peu. Mais j'ai pas trouvé. Alors il se fait... Oh putain, minuit 17. Ok. On se rapproche de la fin du stream. It's midnight by 17 in France and we are coming closer to the end of my stream. Tomorrow I need to wake up early, so usually I finish my stream at half midnight. And then we rate somebody. And then I scan what I did and blah blah blah. ça aurait été un tout petit peu plus court que d'habitude parce que j'ai commencé plus tard, mais j'étais encore en pétard après les gamins ce soir. Donc il a fallu que je me mate une petite vidéo pour me détendre. Commence à me recasser les pieds les deux. Moi, j'ai jamais vu des personnes qui dessinent au stylo comme toi. C'est souvent des grandes hachures, souvent. Ah non, non, va sur... tape ballpoint pen art sur Google, tu vas voir, il y en a des bons. Il y en a des bons. Ce qui est très sympa, c'est que la plupart des bons ont commencé à dessiner au stylo quand ils m'ont vu ce que je pouvais faire. Et c'est sans me vanter, parce que c'est eux qui me l'ont dit. Normalement, on se connaît tous un peu. Parce que bon, malgré tout, je pense que je suis quand même une des références mondiales, n'est-ce pas? En tout cas, si tu t'intéresses au dessin au stylo bille, bien sûr. Mais bon, t'as vu, hein, c'est pas pour ça qu'il y a plus de monde sur mon stream. On est 6-7, c'est bien. Juste pour vous dire, je galère à écrire parce que je suis fatigué et du coup j'écris avec l'index qui est comme... Non mais en même temps, tu peux, si tu es fatigué, tu as le droit de dormir hein, si tu te lèves demain. Hein. Si t'attends 10 minutes, je vais arrêter de toute façon. C'est bien pour ça qu'on te suit. Merci, merci. Lundi, ça a monté à 25... Et lundi, j'ai eu 2 raids. C'était la première fois que j'avais 2 raids dans le même stream. C'est un truc de ouf. Et aujourd'hui, j'ai eu... Aujourd'hui, j'ai Drew. Qui est quand même... quelqu'un d'assez connu dans le domaine de la figurine aussi. Found them archived in PDF. PDF! Pouh. Ah ouais, t'es fatigué mais t'as pas sommeil. Bah, tu vas faire ce que je dis à mes enfants. C'est-à-dire que tu vas fermer tes petits yeux et tu vas t'imaginer de quoi tu as envie de rêver. Et puis tu le visualises tellement bien qu'au bout d'un moment, tu vas perdre un peu le contrôle du truc et tu vas t'endormir. En quelle classe? C'est ma femme qui m'a demandé ça l'autre jour. Et elle est en quelle classe? J'en sais rien. Alors je te demande aujourd'hui. Comme ça je pourrais lui répondre. Bon bah go essayer update des expériences la prochaine fois. Ok. Need to have that herbal tea now. Good night. Good night, Drew, and thank you very much for spending a little bit of time with me. It was very pleasing, and I hope to see you pretty soon. And take care. Take care of that COVID. And I heard that there is more serious stuff as well, I think. I hope that's gonna go well. And yeah, send my regard to your wife. And yeah, have a good end of the day. And yeah, I'll see you. Here we go. Exactly what I was about to say. Thanks again, man. Bye bye, Bic. Bonne nuit. Bonne nuit, soirée. Bah, on est midnight hein, quand même, donc on est plus dans la nuit. Hein. façon, moi je vais m'arrêter aussi. On a bien avancé quand même. Tac. On a fini cette partie-là. On a commencé à travailler sur l'armure. On a un peu de code de marque de ce côté. Ça m'a l'air très bien tout ça. Ok, allez, on va aller raider. On va aller raider quelqu'un. Donc si vous voulez rester, if you want to stay around, I'm gonna raid somebody. I'll be back. I'll be back maybe tomorrow. Maybe. Tomorrow, il y a Friday. Tu repasses quand? Demain. Je pense. Je pense demain, c'est pas sûr, mais c'est possible. Peut-être demain matin, peut-être demain après-midi. Ça dépend ce que je fais, ça dépend ce que j'ai le temps. Au pire des cas, dimanche ou lundi. En tout cas, je vous tiens au courant sur mon Discord et sur Facebook. Merci les filles d'être passées ce soir. Et je vous souhaite une bonne nuit. Et je vous dis à bientôt. Bisous d'orque. Allez, salut. L'après-midi, vers 14h30, un truc comme ça. Si je passe dans l'après-midi. Ok. Allez, bonne nuit. Salut.